Welcome to the Rundown. It's Wednesday, November 1st. Here with Pat and Glennie, myself. Second time hosting. I'm sure I'll do a fantastic job. Probably not. Big story today. This happened at like 1:30 a.m. Right before I was going to go to sleep. The Raiders fired Josh McDaniels and GM David Ziegler overnight. McDaniels had a tough time in Oakland, 9-16 record. He wasn't very good with the Broncos either. 3-5 this year. He had a horrible Monday night game and never made the playoffs. He didn't make the playoffs with Denver either. Raiders are reportedly leaning toward benching Jimmy Garoppolo. I heard they have benched him, and they're going to start rookie Aiden O'Connell. They are playing the New York Football Giants this weekend.
Lord.
So, yeah, what do you guys take on this?
I see a photo of O'Connell, because I know Jimmy Garoppolo is a hot guy. So
very hot guy.
Good looking. Jimmy Garoppolo also likes to have sex with porn. Did Rochelle Ryan bang Jimmy Garoppolo, or who was
she
that?
She may have. It's
a different
because I know she's a Vegas gal.
Ryan's in my fantasy football league.
Rochelle? Oh, Rochelle's the best.
Yes.
But
no, downgrade.
Oh no, that's not.
The porn star he banged was it was a lesser known queen, I think.
She was a queen.
Can you look that up quickly? And she was like, Jimmy's got a type.
Jimmy has a type. Jimmy's my type.
It was a voluptuous.
Jimmy Garoppolo looks like a.
It was a voluptuous Paisan queen. Yeah, Cara Mia.
Voluptuous. Oh yeah.
All right.
She's. Okay. Oh my God.
Some would say voluptuous.
Who was the queen, the porn star queen who you had in here yesterday to do the costume contest?
Phoenix Marie?
Yes, I saw her.
The blonde one. Angela White was also
the guy
here.
checking her in was sweating behind the counter.
Really?
He could like barely type her name into the thing. But yeah, I mean, do people care about who's being benched on the fucking who's Vegas?
On the Raiders, they are 3-5. I mean, if they play the Giants and they have the Jets next, and they go 5. But look, they haven't played the Chiefs yet this year.
After a nationally televised game of embarrassment, that's not how Mark Davis rolls. He said, "This is fucking done. We're done here." Poor Jimmy. He was a disgrace to the Paisans Monday night. He really was. And I'm pretty excited about former absolute dog New York Giant Antonio Pierce is now the head coach.
Yeah,
of the Raiders.
Super Bowl champion.
Yeah,
Antonio Pierce.
Former Super Bowl champion. Antonio Pierce is an absolute dog. I'm excited to see him. He looks great on the sideline. I think he'll be good. This is exciting.
So you think Mark Davis is not doesn't want to get embarrassed? How do you explain that haircut then?
I mean, you know,
it's a rough look.
He's got that. He seems like he's got that personality where when people talk shit about him, he takes it to heart.
Yeah.
Except when he's got his haircut and a beautiful queen next to him. But speaking of this, the New York Giants are just dead. They're absolutely dead in the water. For any bettors out there this weekend, no better game for any scenario than a fired coach game. The Raiders will come out and play well. Fired coach, new quarterback against the Giants at home.
You know Antonio Pierce is going to have them like psyched up too.
Yeah.
He's going to get them pumped up in the locker room.
Bad coach gets fired, young interim coach, they're going to get fucked up.
By the way, I got to say, Josh McDaniels, I think he's making $10 million a year. So he's basically getting $40 million to go away.
That's awesome.
Who was the other coach
so
that happened
good.
to? He went to like Thailand or something?
Oh, you thinking of Cliff Kingsbury?
Yeah, didn't he have some fucking monster deal, and then he just went to Thailand?
The Cardinals, and then the Raiders also had to come to an agreement with John Gruden earlier, so they're paying him like $40 million to go away.
It's like these friggin'.
I wish I could get a contract like.
He said college head coaches too when they get fired. Being horrible at your job as a coach is fucking.
That's what PFT said.
I don't understand. How are the contracts like so ironclad? Like
guaranteed money.
But like, how is that a thing? Isn't there a clause in like everyone's contract where if you somehow break it, or like you're basically like an employee at will if you fuck up, but the record of your team is not like a qualifier.
Yeah, you're
for
saying
that?
like
But if you fucking smack someone or you do something crazy,
you're fired for cause.
It's literally better to suck. I'm sure this is gonna come up like
for cause.
For cause, right? But what bigger cause than being a shitty coach? Like that's your whole job. And no, you're right, but that's just not how it works. These guys are locked in, and
like Coach O won a championship, got bought out. Now he just hangs out in Destin, Florida, with his, I think, fiance.
Yeah, I think Adam Gates is doing the same thing.
Gets filmed shirtless like once every few months, hanging out at the bar. Like it's the best.
That's the life.
Jimbo Fisher, if I'm reading this correctly, because a lot of people at Texas A&M want him fired. It says, as of now, the buyout is $77 million.
I would literally take.
Good Lord.
Is that a public school? Texas
Yes,
A&M?
I think so.
That's the taxpayers who pay $77 million?
I think so, yes.
You know how that works? But they probably have a fucking. And I heard someone talk about that. The endowments on this. What is the point of having?
A&M
A&M
also makes the most money, I think, of any football program, right?
I don't know. I'm sure they do pretty well. Right. So yeah, you're right. So it's not all on the taxpayers' back, but oh my gosh.
These coaches essentially, if they do a shitty job, they can hold the team and the entire organization hostage, or they fucking get bought out. Just like the fucking Providence basketball coach that happened to a little
It's a
while.
win-win.
So I need to become a college coach is what we're
Or an NFL coach.
Or an NFL coach. Everyone's dropping shit.
Speaking of coaches, now this is a case where it might have been for cause. This is a strange one. The Bears have mysteriously fired an assistant coach for workplace behavior. Chicago Bears defensive coordinator was let go under mysterious conditions earlier this season, has now fired a second coach for reasons unknown. This coach is running back coach David Walker, the coach from the team. Walker had previously been reprimanded by the Bears HR for his workplace behavior.
Oh, God.
Does that sound familiar, Pat?
No, it doesn't sound familiar. It's just when you hear anything like HR, it's something probably sexual.
Not good, right?
It's probably fucking something.
And second, so strike two led to his firing, but as of now, nobody knows exactly what he did. Chances are it's not good.
Yeah, kind of hard to comment on this when we don't know what it is.
Right.
When it's
Let's
something
take
when
a
it's
guess.
when it's the unknown.
Let's recklessly.
I would imagine that it's the double horny.
What do you mean, the DH?
Double horny.
What's
If he-
double horny?
If they already reprimanded him once, then this
Yeah.
time was the second one. He double hornied.
But a two-strike horny? Three-strike horny, but I guess you'd lose a strike technically if it's horniness.
If we're guessing, I'm going to guess a scrotum was involved. I'm not going to say whose, but I'm going to guess scrotum was in play. That's my guess. I don't know. It's reckless speculation.
I would imagine he probably did something inappropriate to a member of the opposite sex. Not like that fucking freak show NHL coach. Remember him? Let me look through your camera roll.
Oh, yeah, right.
Maybe he
Babcock?
did that. Maybe he did a double
Babcock, right?
Maybe he Babcocked the team. I don't know.
World Series Game 4, I watched all of this game because I'm a baseball nerd with nothing else to do, and it was a disappointing, lackluster game. The Rangers did beat the Diamondbacks 11-7. It wasn't even that close. It was 11-1 at one point. It took a 3-1 series lead. The Rangers held a 10-0 lead in the third inning when everyone else probably shut the TV off except for me. The Diamondbacks made slight comeback late, but never got within 4 runs. The Rangers can win the World Series tonight, Game 5 in Arizona. The Diamondbacks have Zach Gallen on the mound, their ace, against Nathan Eovaldi, who's been red hot this playoffs for the Rangers.
Ooh, man. Gallen, Eovaldi, Game 5.
I'm excited.
I'm thinking this thing goes back to Texas for games.
Ooh, I hope so.
Game 7 in Texas. What would Game 7 be?
Now you're getting me like that, Chicago coach. I'm getting horned up.
Hey, one thing about the Arizona Diamondbacks, you can't count them out.
You can't count
them out.
Look what happened. They were down 3-2 going to Philadelphia. They won both games to beat the Phillies to get to the World Series, so you cannot count the Diamondbacks. But I will say the Diamondbacks are in big, big trouble.
Hey, there's no worse lead, maybe 3-0 than 3-1. Because guess what? If you win tonight, 3-2. Then if you win the next one, guess
With
what
Merrill
it is?
Kelly on the mound.
3-3, how about that? And then you know what they say? Anything can happen in Game 7.
That's right. Why not us?
Why
I
not
love
us?
baseball so much. I root for more baseball all the time, so I'm hoping this goes 7, but I am nervous about this game.
So what do you do when baseball season ends?
Cry.
Just hang out?
Cry.
You care about any other sport a lot? As
I
well?
love NFL. Big football fan, and I've been getting more and more into the NBA this season. I took a couple years off in the NBA. I'm getting more and more into it. It's
Not a hockey guy?
Not a hockey guy. But I got to go to. I'll go to a Rangers game with you.
We should go one night.
I love going to NHL games in person.
I agree. It's a
So
great in-person sport.
The Michigan spy, Connor Stallions, photographed on Central Michigan sidelines. Central Michigan football opened their season versus Michigan State, and photos have surfaced of a man who appears to be Connor Stallions, the great name, on the sideline in Central Michigan gear. In the photo, he's wearing dark sunglasses at night, presumably to hide his face.
Can you explain what even this is? I've seen this everywhere, and I just don't even. So it's like I don't understand what the story is.
Feel free, John.
Yeah, I can give a quick one. Basically, Michigan has a lower level guy on their coaching staff who's just been traveling to watch their future opponents play. So if they play Michigan State later in the season, he'll go watch Central Michigan, play Michigan State, steal their signs, report back.
What's wrong with that?
It's just illegal. You're not allowed to
What do you
film.
mean stealing signs? Like like in baseball?
Yeah. Well, no, because
for football?
coaches, the offensive coordinator will maybe hold his right fist in the air when you're supposed to do something.
Sign
They're
protest.
more complex than that, but they do certain signs on the sidelines to let them know what play to run.
And why is Michigan doing this? Are they that fucking bad?
Just they're good.
No, they're
they just
very
want
good.
to win.
Michigan's very good. They're undefeated.
And the people are saying this is Michigan's. This is Dave's Michigan.
This is Dave's Michigan. Now,
So this is their Deflategate, is what's happening. They're trying
what
to
we're
tell.
saying.
They're trying to tell people, yeah, they hate us because they hate us.
is Big
I'm
Ev-
a Michigan guy
Big
now,
Ev there?
just for the record.
You guys see if Big Ev is there?
Big Ev is not there, I don't think.
He was in the
Maybe.
central room, but
Maybe he could be. Yeah, no, I mean,
Big Ev's a big Ohio State guy, so he has a very strong take on this. But yeah, Michigan's undefeated, and so far they have not been punished for this. So Dave Dave is of the belief. Okay, I think he might be in the Pick Central room, but Dave is of the belief that Michigan. This is kind of much ado about nothing. Where Big Ev, Ohio State guy is like, this is some serious stuff going on.
They're not winning. Even if this is happening, they're not winning solely because of this. This is a they hate us because they ain't us situation. I think when a team is so good, people are going to look for excuses and try and pick apart the reason why they're winning.
It seems like theoretically it's not illegal by the rules what they did.
Right.
It's kind. I guess it's a little unwritten rules, but it's theoretically not unwritten. Like there's what's that famous? I guess it's a little different. But what's that famous Mike Leach story back in the day when I think he was coaching when he was coaching at Oklahoma or something? They were playing I think Texas or Oklahoma State, and one of their assistants dropped like a few plays paper on the field, and he found it and brought it in and used it. Like you're allowed to do things like this. It's not illegal. It's confusing.
Oh, Bill Belichick would go to the trash cans of when teams were there, like to go through and try to find plays that
Allegedly.
way.
You're not. There's no way that's that guy. There's no way.
Also, why would you look like if you're trying to blend in? Why are you dressing like the guy who with the sunglasses and the nose and the mustache?
So this is
like look more like a spy.
This is not confirmed him, right? People just think this.
I don't
think
think
it
so.
is.
I have no idea.
So yeah.
I have no idea. The bigger story, though, might be that if there are potential punishments, Jim Harbaugh might leave Michigan and maybe even go to the NFL. Potentially, the Bears, that job could be open. Now the Raiders' job is now open. There obviously will be some more jobs opening up as the season goes on. Jim Harbaugh's a good coach.
He was a good coach on the Niners, but I don't know. It's very confusing. There's nothing to really say.
He broke an unwritten rule. Oh, the team's good, so people are mad. Oh.
It would be fucking insane.
Big Ev's upset.
If this kid is actually fucking on the sidelines, that would just be an unbelievable scene that this man infiltrated a whole sideline at a college football game and pretended to be a assistant or whatever. Then that would be good. That would be an all-time college football story. This is why college football is the best. This only happens in college.
But it's also not that hard to get on. When we went to UGA, I was just on the field. Like when we went there back in the day, like I don't think it's that hard to break onto a college football field. Like between the hedges, whatever the fuck at UGA, I was like, I'm just gonna walk down, and I just walked down. Like I don't think that's that big of a fucking infiltration, right?
One piece of evidence I read is that every coach on Central Michigan wears Adidas shoes, and this man was wearing Nike shoes.
He has an Adidas shirt on, though, I think, right?
Attention to detail.
Yeah, I mean,
Now,
that's.
I guess the reason this rule is in play is some schools don't have the budget to be able to send coaches to visiting games, where Michigan, Ohio State's not a problem, but for some of these smaller schools maybe can't afford to do that, so they want to try to level the playing field, I guess, as much as the NCAA can do that. Chris Broussard says the R word live on First Things First on FS1. Chris Broussard was debating James Harden with Clay Travis on First Things First. Broussard explained, is this man R-worded? I mean, developmentally disabled. He went on to apologize. This is the worst apology ever. Let me apologize for using that word. I have a first cousin. We just put him. He died a few months ago.
He's going to say put him down? That's what he's going to say. Put his cousin
down?
Yeah, like a dog.
That's what it seems to be, right?
He died like a dog. Laughing.
This is of mice and men.
Yeah, right? Is they fucking Lenny his ass?
Right.
That's a balls. What a
I saw it on
George
Broadway.
and Lenny wants to
I
tend to the
I
rabbits.
saw it on Broadway one time.
If you told me we were going to get a John Steinbeck reference from Glennie Balls, I would never have expected
I saw it on Broadway one time.
Good
James
for you.
Franco was the lead. Chris
Smash.
O'Dowd was Lenny.
All right.
Yeah, how about that?
Dude, this is one of the funny because he tried to play it off like it was not like everyone. The decision was being made by the two other hosts. Do we address this or do we just fucking go with it? And I think they addressed it perfectly. But the fact that he said the end of that sentence was him down, which is worse.
Why?
Which is worse than what you said in the first place.
Yes. I mean, it's bizarre. Obviously, he was scrambling there, not very good on his feet, I guess, Chris Broussard. Yeah, I guess we don't have rights to the clip, but you can find it easily online. It's everywhere. It's just so bizarre. I do wonder how this is going to affect Chris Broussard. Chris Broussard, not on ESPN. He is on FS1. Maybe they were a bit more lenient there. But this can't be good.
I don't think anything's gonna happen. I think it's good. No, it's FS1. They don't give a fuck. I think if it was like ESPN, if FS1, this is the least of FS1's problems. I think if this was ESPN, there would be like these big repercussions. Or if he was doing like a NFL game day, it would be like this big thing. But I mean,
I always forget FS1 exists. Like, unless it's a baseball game I want to watch,
Yeah.
I don't even. It's not even me being a dick. I don't even think about it.
yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Balls?
It's the word you can't say.
You can't say. There are certain words you can't say.
Can't say that on
No,
live
you
TV.
shouldn't. And it's the thing too, like, there are people, if you're a parent struggling with a kid who is developmentally disabled, I'm sure you don't want to hear that. Like, just be a little bit, I don't know. Chris Broussard, older, I think he's even older than I am, so.
Also, if you've been on TV in media for as long as Chris Broussard has, how do you have that slip up?
What the fuck?
Like, how do you? I mean, he meant it, so I guess it's good that he's speaking from the heart. But you gotta be like.
Isn't he really moralistic about stuff too? I want to say he's the first one to be pounding the pulpit when he feels someone isn't being righteous.
What's a pulpit?
Isn't that what they have in church, right? The pound the pulpit?
Oh, the thing, yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Yeah, Chris Broussard said some crazy shit about gay people back.
That's what I'm thinking back.
What was it?
I have no
Chris
idea.
Broussard?
Yeah.
He came out as like not like anti-gay marriage in like 2020. What was his crazy thing that he did? I like anyone who dies on a hill. So
Yeah.
oh, here we go. Here we go. Distraction causing one of the reporters, Jason.
Jason Collins, what are we doing? He described Jason Collins as a sinner.
Oh yeah, walking in the open. Yeah, I'd like to take a look at Chris Broussard's search history, and then we'll see who's the fucking the sinner. But no, I mean this, I don't care. I think.
Well, walking in open rebellion to God and to Jesus Christ. All right, Chris Broussard.
Yeah, I mean I think it is what it is. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think above all else, it was funny. Don't say the word. It's a bad word.
Our word takes here.
Yeah, and it's not the word. Just one more thing. It's not the word itself that's funny. It's the fact that he said it. How he said it, it's the fact that he forgot he couldn't say it. That's funny.
And the apology is the funny thing to me. Like, what a horrible, like the worst apology ever.
Totally.
I think the funniest part is the correction to developmentally disabled. Like he meant to call James Harden developmentally.
Yeah.
Right.
Crazy.
This story is so bizarre. I still can't really get my head wrapped around it. I see stuff about it. It's Marcus Jordan. This Marcus Jordan, Larsa Pippen thing is so weird. He wants his dad, Michael Jordan, to be the best man at the wedding when Marcus marries Larsa Pippen. Michael Jordan's son Marcus is engaged to Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, Larsa Pippen. Oh, great point here by John Rich. Why does she still have Scottie's last name? No idea. I mean, I guess we probably.
Why does Kris Jenner still have?
That's a great question too.
Yeah.
This is the most ridiculous thing. I scrolled past this today this morning on Twitter and go, what the fuck is happening?
So weird.
Like, I knew they were together. I didn't know they were engaged.
I didn't know they were engaged.
I didn't know they actually loved each other. I thought it was him just doing it out of spite.
She's got to just have that voodoo clam. It just has this poor man.
She has a what?
On voodoo clam.
Voodoo clam. All right.
Shout out our daddy.
Yeah, that's right.
She's got to just have the voodoo clam and have this man under wraps. I mean, and the podcast, they were on a podcast together. He's literally saying, I want Michael Jordan to be my best man as he's next to Scottie Pippen's ex-wife that he's married. And it's a ridiculous scene.
He doesn't want his dad to be the best man. He wants a headline.
Yeah, let's
call a spade a spade. He doesn't give a fuck. He wants a fucking.
Who has a dad as a best man anyway? It's a weird move.
This is so over the line. It's got to. It needs to be fake. This needs to be fake.
Is Marcus Jordan just like an agent of chaos? Is he just like someone who wants to watch the world burn? This is what all this is. Does he just secretly hate Scottie Pippen so much he's just going to ruin?
What has MJ said about this in public? Has he commented on it? Has he just said like he doesn't approve?
Like in a quick pop.
I remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
Like you think him and Scottie have talked about it? Probably not.
Oh my God.
Also,
I
why
didn't
are
even
these
talk
people
about
being covered like this? Like they are the spouses of former NBA. Like why is this a
It is
relationship?
insane. Michael Jordan's
This is a
son is
weird
marrying
story.
Scottie Pippen's ex-wife.
I mean, this is a weird. I mean, it's just so bizarre.
Smash your
I'm
face.
woke that it's fake. It's got to be fake.
It has to be.
I hope so. I think for all involved. I don't know. Marcus went on a podcast. Revealed his wanted dad to be the best man.
They were next to each other on the podcast. He was with her.
They started planning their wedding. I'm sure that'll be a lovely affair.
Think Scottie goes?
I'm guessing he will have other plans. After show, Joe Rogan and Elon Musk mentioned Dave on the Joe Rogan Experience. They're eating pizza at the time. They bring Dave up. Pretty cool. Two of like the most.
Yeah.
I mean, got Dave. I mean, those three names are probably three of the biggest names in content today.
I'd love to see the like an actual Dave Elon crossover. in some sort of content? Because I know they like interacted on Twitter, but
Yes.
and he's done Rogan before, and that was great. But that would be like the ultimate if we could get Elon on BFFs. How great would
Is it
be?
that crazy that Elon and Dave would? It's almost crazy they haven't interacted yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's more that vibe. It's kind of one of those things. How hasn't happened?
I agree. I was thinking, like, so Elon's hosted SNL. I don't believe Joe Rogan has. I'd love to see Dave do it. It would never happen, obviously, because NBC, and it's zero chance. But wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, it would be.
That'd be pretty fun. The last thing, the Barstool Invitational, November 8th. I went to this last year. You can get tickets now. I'm sure we'll have a link somewhere here.
Barstool.link/invitational is the tickets.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, it would be
The
great
Wintrust
live.
Arena,
Yeah.
November 8th.
Yes.
Week
Two
from
teams
today.
playing week from
You got a fucking Final Four team in it.
One of the,
Yeah,
was it FAU's the
FAU.
number 10
Number
ranked
10,
team in the country
yeah.
right now, and they were Final Four. Oh, thank you. 1 week from today at Wintrust Arena, just like Pat said, in Chicago. This is so much fun. You have the college basketball, and you have the Barstool stuff mixed in. It's entertaining from the first tip to the last whistle of the second game. I had a blast of this last year. Wednesday, November 8th. I'm sorry, John. Yep. You have Loyola Chicago versus FAU, and then Brandon Walker's Mississippi State versus Arizona State, the game following after.
Got a Hurley.
Look at that, right. And I know we have fun stuff planned. I know White Sox Dave interviewed, was it Sister Jean?
That's great.
Wild. I know Rico did some stuff with Hurley. So this is going to be fun. I can't wait for this. And anything else, you guys?
Philadelphia Helium on Monday. We got like 25 tickets left. Joey and I are doing a show there. I think a couple of maybe a certain Sixer will be there in attendance.
Ooh.
Check that out. But other than that,
And that's Monday next week,
Monday next week. That's it.
out and about. And
sir.
people can get tickets.
Link in bio. My link in bio. Joey's link in bio. Check that
That's
out.
something. And that's in Philadelphia.
Oh yeah. Papa needs a new couch.
And then we have a basketball game tonight. John Rich is on my team. I'm the coach. We are 2-0-1, the Barstool basketball team. We do have it's got a hiccup tonight. We have
my personal.
Hubs. Hubs will be the point guard.
Hubs is?
Marty Mush will not be able to make the game. He has a wedding rehearsal dinner. Hubs will be the starting point guard. This is big news for Barstool basketball.
How'd you get that tie?
The first game we had a tie, 43-43. It was the ref said no overtime. So
Yeah, they all. That's so
strange. I would think it's like a 1 minute overtime. Give us something. He said nope.
Like, hey, just let us do one more basket.
Yes. Yeah. He was not. The ref we have is very serious. He
They're
takes
sticklers.
it. He is. There's no fuck around. He calls 3 seconds. He calls. He does everything. He keeps a 24-second clock in his head.
That's
He's the most serious ref I've ever seen, and that's counting when I've gone to NBA games. He's intense. Anything from you, Gunny?
me and Beers and Megan Making Money will be in Alabama this weekend shooting
right.
a Fireball tailgate video, which I'm very excited about. Bama LSU weekend, nothing better than that. Truly nothing better than that. So very excited about that. And yeah, some good stuff coming up.
That's it. Fantastic.
Whoa, Vicky on OnlyStans tomorrow?
Whoa, Vicky?
Whoa!
You're talking about the humongous boobies?
No, she's like it used to be an Instagram legend back in the day, and now
Whoa,
she's in the
Vicky.
OnlyFans game.
Whoa, Vicky.
Let's see her. Did she do?
Remember she got into like a fight with Bad Baby when she was like 16?
You know, Bad Baby just opened a furniture store in Florida.
Did she really?
Yeah, she's got into furniture. Oh, this is Bad Baby.
This is Whoa Vicky.
Oh, this is Whoa Vicky is Bad Baby.
No, they're rivals.
Oh fuck! Imagine
Was
the
Vicky
rough
in
and rowdy
on
between
the
them.
talent show?
Yes.
Okay.
She was in the talent show.
Oh, I love Whoa Vicky. I'm a Whoa Vicky fan. She gave
She sang with Frank. Yes.
Yes.
yes, and she shouted out and about podcast, but she didn't say the T. Smash.
Ooh, and a
Nice.
That's the rundown.